Good evening, YouTube. This is Kayleen Stern coming at you with a video that I've been meaning to do for quite some time, but I just didn't get around to it. And since pretty soon it'll be time to change some things out, since winter is on its way, and after this weekend it will get colder here in Des Moines. So this is my get home bag. It is very full, as you can tell. I started this video once, but I messed something up, so I deleted it and I'm starting all over again. But since I have the bag up, the reason why it is like this, I do not have a vehicle, so I don't drive. I don't have a place that I can just leave it. When I go out, I put it on, and I come home, I take it off. But I got this pack to review, and so as I said, this will be my get home bag. But it is heavily loaded for several reasons. First, I wanted to stress test this pack to see how it would hold up under heavy stress. And as you can see, it has failed. The top of the shoulder strap ends right here where this back panel meets this top panel here. And this side is starting to fail as well, so fairly soon I will have to stop using this pack until I can either fix it or replace it. And again, I apologize for the shakiness of this video. I have my phone mount right on the corner of this table, so it is a bit rocky. But I wanted to get close to the table on a tripod, really wouldn't let me do that, so I'm using the phone mount. But anyway, so this has a back pocket here, and I just have a sort of somewhat thin loose items. So this pouch, I won't take it out, but basically it just has a lot of the key tools. Some I've got from different people, some I bought myself. This Paracord Bracelet I got from Sammy down in Australia when I won her first giveaway. So I could take this off, put it on a belt or a fanny pack strap. And I have one of two pieces of foil. This is the bigger piece. I fold them flat. I just have these items in here kind of just loose. I'll probably change that out. I have assorted bags, plastic bags, because you never know when you might need a plastic bag to either get someone out of a jam, which I have done, or if you are needing to cover something to keep it dry, because this pack really isn't waterproof. It's somewhat water resistant, but I have taken it out in the rain. My last shopping trip to Walmart, where I did that last big grocery haul, that was in the rain. I came back, but I chose not to put the pack cover on because I wanted to test the water repellency of the pack. And this is one of those Walgreens pill pouches. It just has a few small lengths of a thin cordage and a small piece of paracord in there. I have a space blanket. I have a couple in this kit. This is a 1 liter water bag. I should probably put this in my water kit, which I will show later. This is just one of those thin, cheap Iowa State University logo ponchos. two different size and different color glow sticks. So the color on this packaging indicates the color of the glow stick itself. These are the two trash bags that come out of a French RCIR ration stove kit. I have a smaller piece of foil. And this is just an old lanyard key keeper thing that came out of an old purse that was on a zipper, so I just kind of tied it on there in case I need to use it as a longer zipper pull. And a silk key, and I keep it inside this so that it keeps it clean and hopefully prevents it from rusting. And that is it for this back panel right here. So what I'm going to do is pause this, I'll stick everything back in here, and then I'll resume. Okay, now I will go to the next part. On the side here is a zipper pocket, but the only thing this bag does not have is a true water bottle pocket, so I just basically put the zipper pulls like this, and in order to keep my water bottle, which is a single wall bottle, from falling out, I use a couple of paracord bracelets that I have looped through the top of the bottle cap and the grab handle. And then I just threw this little beaner on there. So every time I want to use this bottle, I unclip this, take it off, drink, put it back on. So that is all that is here. I'm just going to leave that as is. Sorry about that. Told you this table was wobbly, but then these pockets here are very interesting. This has a little tiny loop. Oop, I need to there we go, make a little bit of an adjustment here. There we go. This has a little tiny loop which I looped the lanyard for the next item that I'll pull out. I'll pop the Velcro on this. I do this because otherwise this current light that I have in here would slide through, and I don't want that to happen. So I have this light so that I keep one of those little discs that come in lights that prevent the light from turning on during shipment. So I just keep that on in here in the battery compartment all the time so that the light doesn't turn on accidentally and drain the battery. This is just a light that was sent to me to review, and so it has a kind of a bezel, and I just run the lanyard through this. This is a pass-through pocket. Sticking it through the wrong one. draw it down in. I loop the lanyard through this. I could loop it a couple of times. And then tighten that, close that up, and then that keeps it from falling out. Then this little green thing right here, this little green knot, is my Ontario Rat 1 in my favorite color. This knife has a 90-degree spine, and it does rip sparks off a ferro rod. And also in here, I keep my Minotaur Trading Company tactical spork. Has a little blade with a hook. And although this is serrated, it's not sharp, but you could use it to scrape fat wood. And this end is a whistle. So I keep these in here. And I put the knife in like this. And I have actually gotten someone out of trouble with this knife. One time at the laundromat, there was a guy who just bought a bike lock, and he needed to open up the packaging so that he could put it on his bike, and he didn't have a blade on him, so I said, I got a knife. So the knife that I keep in my purse, which is my CRKT Pillar, would not get in under the zip ties that hold that in place. So I gave him the Ontario Rat 1, and he popped that zip, no trouble. Then down here at the bottom there are two pockets. This one right here, which is a pass-through. I do not keep anything in there. But in here, it's not a pass-through. This is just a pack cover. So if I am in the rain, this stays in here very well. So this just hangs out. I grab this, pull it out, and I can take out the pack cover and put it on. So the front here, this is a reflective strip that goes all the way the length or the width of this pocket. This has Velcro. The Velcro patches are not molly webbing, but the rest of it is. And this D-ring, I just passed through this molly webbing to kind of help cinch this down. Yeah, I just moved the pack around and the water bottle slid out, but that's why I use the Paracord bracelets as a bottle leash, so to speak. I'm going to pop this. This is elastic bungee cord, although it doesn't stretch all that much, but I run this through this loop. So in this pocket here, I keep more flat items. I have a Write in the Rain notebook. There's a bigger rubber band. This is just one of those little pouches that you can put on the back on the molly webbing. So I could put a flashlight in here or I could put like a couple of markers in there. This bag has 3 maps in it. It's got a dart is the city bus system. This is the route map for all of the city buses. An Iowa map. So it's the highway map. And then I have a bike trail map. That's for the whole state. And I just keep them in this zip bag. Keep them dry. This is those Learn and Live cards that are on a little grommet. This says wayfinding, so it's like map reading, navigation type thing. I have a little knot card, water bag from a Canadian ration. This is a silicone hair tie, but it's basically like a rubber band. This green ribbon, because it's shiny and green, I put on an old tape spool from, say, like a dispenser of Scotch tape. I took the spool out, I wrapped this ribbon around there, and then I taped it, so it's like trail marker tape. And this band came from, I think, broccoli. And that is all for that pouch, so I will pause this and put this back in, and I'll be right back. Then now I'm going to go to this top pocket. This is a Velcro field here. This had a patch, a US flag patch, but I did a little something to that, and I will show you that at another time. But I could lash something to this using this this shock cord or this bungee type. But in here, but what I have hooked to it, this is a pass-through right here. But what I have that I clip to this is just ranger beads, the way I make them. Just kind of an odd mix of beads here, so they don't all match, but I don't care. I use a couple of thin strings to run through here, but this has another compass and just a little mini beaner. So that's how I keep that, and I just tuck all that into here. Again, this is a pass-through, but that's all I keep in there. Then in this pocket here would be items that I would want to get to right away. This little travel makeup mirror for first aid or for signaling. This is just a mini first aid kit that I put together, and some gloves in there. Sorry, my other phone is making noises. I didn't turn the noises off. I have another emergency blanket. This is from Swiss Safe, so this is a slightly thicker, and this one is a camo one, whereas the other one is a silver only, but it's the Mylar on the other side, so I could either use this for stealth or for signaling. Earplugs, the all-important hand sanitizer, I have a couple of the off towelettes. I have a small ferro rod striker and a magnesium block. I have another couple of hair ties. These snap bands are red reflective. I picked these up at the fair, Iowa State Fair, several years ago. When I had a trike, I would have these in my trike kit, so if I needed some reflection, I could use these. And this is just a cheap plastic jeweler's loop for magnification, or well, the lens is pretty scratched up, and I used kind of a glue to this crack, but I glued it, but I could probably still use it for fire starting. I have, this is just like a Velcro, sticky back Velcro. And just, this is some duct tape wrapped around in an expired card. And this is just, it's Gorilla Tape, by the way. And this is just strips of Gorilla Tape that I ripped off of the spool, and I just cut it into strips. So this is like a fire tinder. And that is it for this portion. I'll put those all back in and be right back. And now I'm going to get into this pocket here. This is behind this front pocket. This will be another set of quick access essentials. I have two N95 respirators still not only in their original packaging but inside of a Ziploc bag. And these are more for like dust and pollutant protection. I would not wear these if I had the virus and was asymptomatic and was going out, but I still keep these in here anyway. I have a little wall plug USB for charging. This is that little power bank plus flashlight that came with a blue solar panel that I got several months ago. I have the Olight cord for a really tiny flashlight, you know, the I1R2 EOS. I have a pair of 18650s for the light that is in here. Bandana, which I need to leave out to let dry because it's still wet from the last time I was out. So I will not put that back in. I'll lay this one out to dry, but see, it's bright green. Again, I apologize for the shaking, but I picked this up at an event, but it's bright green, so it's good for contrast if I want to use a flag, a spot. Then I have this pencil pouch. I've been keeping this tape measure in there because I was using it at the mosque and I just never bothered to take it back out. So this can probably stay out. This is another metal jeweler's loop, so I can probably leave one of these out. And this is in a case, so it protects it. This is a lipstick case, but I keep foam batteries in there, and they're inside of a plastic bag to keep them dry. Plus, the inside of this is plastic, so it's like water repellent. And inside this pencil case, which would go into a notebook, hence the 3 holes, I keep quite a few pens, Sharpie, just loose papers and notepads. Now, people are always needing pens. And before the mosque shut down and have only since reopened up for a maximum of 30 men, I would be taking notes on inventory or lending paper out to someone who needed it for some reason. We're always making lists. So I'll leave the tape measure out because I don't really need that in there. So far, the zippers on this pack have held up. It's just that the back strap is the problem. Now I'm going to get into the main compartment. I did not pause it because it didn't take long to put all that back in. Now this has metal zipper pulls instead of the cord loops. This does not clamshell, but this is divided into 3 compartments. So I'll turn it like this. I'll go this top section first. This is like part of I have my hygiene stuff in the 2 different Ziploc bags. I keep my couple days supply of medicines in here. Now those are prescription medicines plus supplements. This is the more of my hygiene kit. Toothpaste from a Spanish ration. I don't have a toothbrush in here, but I do need to put a travel toothbrush in there. I have wet ones. I have a sewing kit, which I bought this cheap sewing kit and then I just added additional items to it. I have a backup fixed blade, which is this Smith & Wesson neck knife that I got also from Sammy in Australia. She put bank line around it and then put tape around that, which actually makes it more comfortable to hold. Again, this has a whistle on it, and I added this lanyard, and I changed out the lanyard that she had on it originally. I chose a shorter piece and I put the original lanyard on another knife. And then I have a backup mosque key. I just keep that down in there. So I'll put all these back in and then I'll be right back.